What are you doing? Feckin' Eejit. Well, what's the crack, you big bunch of Eejits? Now, you're probably wondering, what in the name of Jesus is an Eejit? I'll tell you now. The word is derived from the Irish pronunciation of the English word, idiot. But when we say it though, it's more of a term of endearment shared amongst friends. The point is basically that you don't have to be a rocket surgeon to learn about lucid dreaming. So, what is a lucid dream? Well, you're probably familiar with the idea of a normal dream, right? How we're usually just going around like Eejits, not realising that something is a bit off. A dreamer becomes lucid when they understand that they are in fact dreaming. It can be a profound experience that opens up an infinite realm of possibilities, which I'll get into in a little bit. Now you might be thinking, how does that work? As your old-fashioned Irish Mammy might say, sure, aren't you only just lying down with your eyes closed and imagining things? Well, there's a bit more to it than that. Firstly, you have to understand how we perceive waking reality. Your body's sensory system, made up of the various organs and nerves, sends electrical signals to the brain. This mushy thing, encapsulated within a hard exterior shell, kept in the darkness. The brain doesn't know reality. What the brain does is it takes these signals and it kind of predicts how it should make you feel. And then it hallucinates everything. Everything you see, hear, smell, taste and touch is merely a simulation, prompted by these external factors. Now, I'm about to blow that mind even more. Everything we experience in a dream, any kind of dream, stimulates those same parts of your brain. That's how it can feel so real when we're in them. The only difference is, instead of external stimuli, the dream is formed by internal memories. The problem is, in a regular dream, the prefrontal cortex shuts down, which inhibits our cognitive ability to notice any abnormalities, control our impulses, and also affects our ability to recall our dreams later. Now, you see where I'm going with this, right? In a lucid dream, the prefrontal cortex is activated, and by Christ, the crack is mighty altogether. Look, I'm not a lucid dreaming expert. I'm not even a doctor. I'm just wearing this white coat to aesthetically separate myself from the background, because otherwise I'd look like a floating head, and that might freak people out a bit. The thing about lucid dreaming is there aren't really any experts. We're all still figuring it out and sharing our experiences. It's a relatively new field of research, and even the top scientists still know very little about this phenomenon. The first scientific proof of lucid dreaming was discovered by Keith Hearn in 1975. His studies were further popularised by Stephen LaBerge in the 80s and 90s, and just this year, in a joint effort between researchers in the US, France, Germany and the Netherlands, two-way communication between scientists and lucid dreamers was successfully demonstrated. So, your mammy might ask, why would you be bothered with it at all? What's the point, like? Well, besides the novelty of having access to a hyper-realistic virtual reality sandbox universe to live out your fantasies for free, there are many practical benefits to lucid dreaming. You can use it to overcome phobias, nightmares, anxiety, practice a skill, or solve a problem. There are also many accounts of scientists, artists, and musicians using dream journaling and lucid dreaming for creative inspiration. Or she might say something like, you're away with the fairies, or you're out of touch with reality. Well, first of all, the whole point of lucid dreaming is that you are able to distinguish between dreams and reality. After all, It's not a lucid dream unless you know that you are dreaming. A key benefit as a result of learning a healthy lucid lifestyle is actually being more present and mindful throughout the day, spending less time in front of screens, eating less at night, and sleeping more. Also, the potential amount of time that can be spent dreaming, let alone lucid dreaming, on any given night is relatively minuscule. So unless you have an actual psychological disorder, I wouldn't worry about blurring any lines when it comes to what's real and what's not. Sure, why wouldn't you just go for a walk down the bog? Or go somewhere on a real holiday, somewhere nice, you know, see the world, like. Oh yeah, please do that, provided there's no active pandemics, of course. But no, absolutely, lucid dreaming is no replacement for living a rich and fulfilling life. But isn't any life experience just a memory once it's over? You experience it, and then that's it. You realise that a dream is exactly the same, right? Exactly the same. So why not have those extra adventures? Real conscious encounters with full control over yourself and sometimes even your environment. And then when you wake up, a lasting vivid memory. Grand, fine, yeah, why? Well, if it's so great, why doesn't everybody do it, huh? Honestly, that question keeps me up at night as well. I imagine it has to do with a few factors. First of all, we don't know for sure if every human can actually do it. We do know it comes more easily to some. It's estimated around 55% of adults have had at least one lucid dream in their lifetime, and 23% experience them more regularly, at least once a month. So little is still known about dreams and consciousness in general that society just might not be ready to accept it in everyday conversation. Many people see dreaming as just something children do. There seems to be a glimmer of hope though, with many popular movies and series starting to reference dreaming and lucid dreaming, and even going deeper into the mysteries of consciousness itself. Now, some of it may not be scientifically accurate, or it's been overly glamorized, but it's a step in the right direction, even just to start a discussion. You might have to be careful where you get your information though, if you want to start learning about lucid dreaming, because there's so much misinformation out there that it's easy to get frightened away or led astray and get frustrated when your technique doesn't work on the first night. We live in a world of instant gratification, but if you come into lucid dreaming expecting fast results, you're gonna have a mere of a time, so you are. Maybe someday we'll invent a magic dream machine or a pill of enlightenment. It could be 10 years down the road or 50 years, who knows? My question to you folks is, why not just start now? Like and subscribe, like. And click the bell, do you know? The bell for the notifications, do you know? Yeah. Instant notification, new video comes up, yeah. Oh, Jesus. We're having fun.